Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to a new session of Rich. Today, we are going deeper into our abundance journey, and today's theme is to let go of control. Often, without realizing, we try to control every outcome, every detail of things should happen, when they should happen, and what way. But the truth is, the universe is a far bigger plan for us, much beyond what our limited mind can see. When we cling to control, we create resistance. Resistance blocks flow. Resistance blocks abundance. But when we surrender, when we allow, when we let go of the need to control, we step into trust, and abundance flows effortlessly to us. So today we will learn the art of surrendering control and trusting the universe's time, guidance, and miracles. Let's just think for a moment, shall we? Where in the life are you trying to control things too much? Maybe you want money to come only in a certain way. Maybe you want your relations to behave exactly as you want. Maybe you're waiting for the success, but what you wanted is only on your timeline and in your style. But my dear friends, control is rooted in fear. Surrender is rooted in trust. When we let go of control, we are not becoming powerless. In fact, we are becoming so powerful because we step into the alignment with the universal flow. Take a deep breath, please, and observe where all you were holding your body tightly and suddenly it's getting loose. Take another deep breath and see where all the body was tight and now it's getting even more loose. Take another deep breath and see where all the body was getting tight and it's becoming loose. Please remember this. Anytime you feel you're in chaos and things are all going haywire, take a breathe. Take a deep breath. Allow for the body to relax so that your mind can become clear, so your decisions can be for your betterment. A contracted body is showing you that the mind is contracted and it is not thinking clearly. Okay. So, no matter what, when you're really happy, you will feel yourself expand. But the problem is when things are going wrong, we can't think of a happy situation most of the time. So, just breathe. I know I'm in a big mess. I know I just lost my job. I know I don't have money to pay for my EMIs. Relax and release. Okay. Now, let's understand an important truth. There are three zones in life: zone of control, things we can act on directly; zone of influence, things we can guide but do not fully decide; and the zone of surrender, things that are not in our hands at all. All the parents in the house, please raise your hands. When you have a child and the child is infant, you are in the zone of control. You can directly control how they act. Well, most of the time. When they're becoming little bigger and bigger, like 7, 8 years old, you can guide but not fully decide because now suddenly they have their own. I don't like this. I want this. Don't give me this. I want that. I want that. And you're like, okay. And they're like, oh no, I don't want to go there. You'll have all these things. And the final zone of surrender because when they turn 16, you have no choice but to let them be and hope for the best. Most of the time, we waste our energies trying to control what is actually in the zone of surrender. The universe is like a river. When we try to control, it's swimming against the current tide, exhausting, painful, and slow. But when we surrender, what happens when we surrender? What happens when we surrender? We allow for the river to flow. There's a beautiful story from the Bhagavad Gita, well, Mahabharata actually. Everybody heard of the story about how Ganga came down to the earth, right? It'd be like, oh, Ganga came down and somebody prayed and Shivji took her in his jatai and suddenly she was down. She came from the heavens. Okay, now let's look at it from a scientific perspective. The glacier Gangotri and the river flew was basically in the mountains, and Shiva is an energy that's everywhere. Okay, so Bhagirathi or Bhagirath, who was a great king and an engineer, figured out a way to get the glacier Ganga to open up its mouth and let the river start flowing. And he is shown to take Ganga on a path. The path he's taking her on is basically the engineering marvel that he created. Now, what do we do nowadays? We create dams to control, we create canals. He didn't do that. He took the river and he's like, okay, let's go follow, follow, follow. And he created a path all the way from one side of the country to the other side of the country so that the flow of the river does not stop. It keeps moving. Because what happens is when you create dams and canals, then at some point the river just dries up. And that's not what the objective is. You have to let the river flow. A beautiful example is now all the guys in the house will be like, there's no story about us, but no, it's all women based stories. I'm sorry. Women make all the difference in the world. So see the life of a woman. When you allow her to flow from the youth to her old age and you bask in the energy of a flow, you'll have a great life. But as soon as you try and divide her and put her in different places, she dries up. Simple. Okay? So learn to surrender. Bhagirath did not try to control the river. He surrendered to the flow of the river. He just made sure with the flow, he was able to create a path for the river to go back into the ocean and then rise up again and go onto the mountain. Because if he forced the river to go into the earth, the river will eventually die out because there is no source, right? It's not going back anywhere. It's just going into the earth and under the water. Done. So you have to learn to surrender to the flow of things rather than push for the flow of things to happen. Okay? Since I got the message of the river, so I had to share this. So let's close our eyes, please, and take a deep breath. And now imagine you're standing by a wide flowing river. This river represents the flow of abundance in the universe. You are going to step into the river and begin to float. Don't worry, you're not going to sink. Just allow yourself to float with the current of the river as the river carries you with it. Just close your eyes, feel the water touching your skin from every part. You're able to breathe even when you go underwater for a few seconds and come up. Just relax and breathe. And as you float, all your worries, all your overthinking, all your control starts dissolving. You no longer need to decide the direction. The river carries you exactly where you're meant to be. Now repeat after me. I surrender control. I trust the universe. I am guided. I am safe. I am abundant. I surrender control. I trust the universe. I am guided. I am safe. I am abundant. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. And allow yourself to keep flowing, becoming completely weightless. And imagine the divine golden light surrounding you as you float. This light assures you that everything you desire is already on its way. So just float, just float, just float. Keep floating, keep floating, keep floating. Just float, keep floating. Stay in this space for a few seconds as I go into complete silence. Let's repeat this together. I release control and allow abundance. I release control. I allow abundance. I trust the divine timing. I trust the divine order. I trust the divine timing. I trust the divine order. I surrender with faith. I surrender with faith. And miracles unfold for me. And miracles unfold for me. The universe has my back. The universe has my back. Gently open your eyes. Your assignment will be shared in the group. And